Just making sure everything's working. Let me shut the door.
Doesn't shut.
Aha! We are live. Woo. Okay, I'm just starting up. Let us know if there's any problems with the sounds. Right. So, anyone in the chat? Right, we've got 2 people. Right, hi, it's David. I appear on Off the Shelf reviews every now and then. Usually on the podcast. And Gary and Ian have graciously let me use their channel to stream while we're in lockdown. Just off camera is my wife Tamar.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, I think you can just see your face. Yeah, hiding. She's a bit shy, but she's going to be helping me with the comments. Alright, so how's everything going? Anyone writing anything?
I don't know. I don't know how this works.
Right, this is just the chat. This is what people are saying.
Okay, so...
Okay, anyone complaining about the sounds?
No, everyone says the sound is good. No game audio, though.
No game audio. Okay, I think I just got to increase the volume. 1 second. Right, see if that works. Sorry, this is the first time doing it here, so bear with us.
A lot of people asking how you are.
Still alive. Excuse us, we do have slight cold, so we might cough and sniff, but it's no virus, hopefully. Basically that says, usually is a swear word. You can choose whether they can see it on the chat or not.
Okay.
Gary says that's golden, so I'm guessing that means the sound's working. Okie doke. So basically, on a Saturday night, seeing as no one can come out, I thought we'd jump in to Kamurocho, a fictional town in Japan, in Tokyo, in the 1980s, where we shall ignore social distancing. This is our main character, who is Kazuma Kiryu, also known as the Dragon. Oh, lots of people in, lots of people talking. Anyone say anything? Anyone saying it sounds good?
Yeah, it looks like it sounds good now.
Woo. Alright, so basically, for this first part we're just going to hang around Japan, see what's going, see what we could do to entertain ourselves in 80s Japan.
Got someone asking where the usual 2 guys are.
They are, well, Gary's no doubt editing, Ian is no doubt still playing Doom Eternal or Red Dead. I'm sure they'll probably be in the chat later on. So you stuck with me. They're letting me have a trial run, see how I do. So I'll try not to disgrace the channel. Alright, so we are going to a 80s dance club right now to shake our stuff.
Someone mentioning that they've not played this game before.
Well, you're in for a treat. This game is basically if you merge Shenmue without the time nonsense with sort of a Streets of Rage brawler, but in 3D. But with a complex Yakuza crime story that could rival some of Kojima's lesser works. I'm going to invite a friend to join us in the disco. Who should we pick, Tamer? Riku, Ayaka, Haruki?
Haruki.
I will probably be butchering names in the text. Now, this is the first. We'll go for normal. This is the first minigame we'll show on the stream.
We've got a hello from Germany.
Woohoo! Whereabouts in Germany?
And a hello from London.
London. Right, the aim of this game is to get in the very tight space to press the corresponding button and try and take as many steps as you can to get to it to increase your bonus. And I missed it. And I missed it.
We've got a comment from someone saying that you're all awesome.
Oh. How's everybody doing during the lockdown? There is a delay, so their answers will probably be about 10 seconds behind. Oh, I'm doing terrible now.
We've got a hello from prison.
Oh, wow. What's the streaming? The internet like in prison. No! No, I'm not constrained enough to do a good job here. Although I think you are feeling kind of like you're in prison right now, aren't you, Tamer?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh. If Ian's watching this, he will be making fun of me. Well, I still won. Kick your ass.
Someone in Barnsley. And Linda Buckingham says hi.
Oh, hello, Linda. You know Linda, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Hi, Linda.
Ian's Linda. Or Linda. Alright. You can also dance solo, and there's also lots of sub-stories where you have to dance off and beat lots of people, including their Michael Jackson rip-off called Magic Johnson. Let's have a drink. What do you want? Wine, draft beer, champagne. Is that cassis and orange? Cassis? Or gin and lime?
I don't know how to say that. Cassis?
Cassis.
Don't know.
Cassis. What should we have there?
Champagne.
Second to most expensive. Now I'm slightly drunk. Oh, I will.
A lot of people wanting the Horde reviewed.
Horde?
I think off the shelf are
That's cool. Well,
dealing with
reviews, yeah, off the shelf will deal with that. They know what's going on there. Right, so this game takes place in the mid 1980s, in the bubble period of Japan, where properties were all super expensive. There was tons of money floating around, literally just before the crash.
Got a question. Is Ono Michio in this game?
No, he is in Yakuza 6, and I think... Oh, he was in the spin-off game Judgment. He's a man with a big orange head. I think he's an orange. He's like a town mascot for Hiroshima.
Sounds interesting.
Oh, this guy's bothering me. No doubt wants me to go to a club. That's very, very nice of him. Right. So this game is basically a JRPG. basically you wander around. There's a big story. There's random battles. There's leveling up, and it's see if we can get in a fight. The little red people. I don't know if you'll be able to see it behind the camera. Nope, the camera's in the way. Basically, there's markers around the map. The red ones with the that up here are the bad guys. And here will be our first fight. It's a simple brawler of small hit and large hit, and a grab. But if back here, you get enough heat action, so you fight light up blue, you can do horrible things like that.
Why the Don Johnson's
basically, in this story, right at the start of the game, you make a collection for someone, as you are a Yakuza, but then that person ends up winding up dead, which you get wrongly accused for. You have to then leave the Yakuza to stop yourself bringing shame to the family. And there's a big wide story about a tiny little plot of land in the middle of this city that everybody's after. You're not sure why, you're not sure who owns it, but you basically get recruited by a real estate company, and you have to look the part, apparently, and this is what real estate agents in the 80s wore.
Seems legit.
Yep. Shall we go to the arcade?
Yeah.
This wouldn't be Tokyo without a Sega arcade. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't have a go at every grabber game I see. What should we go for? Should we go for a lizard dinosaur or one of the funny...
I like the girl with the green hair.
Oh, the most awkward one again.
Yeah, just to be awkward. This is what I'm like in real life as well.
Apart from I'm the one winning hundreds of toys and you telling me we got too many. You're telling me off.
Oops.
Ugh. Rubbish. Obviously this game's rigged.
Linda says you're obsessed with those machines.
Yep. If you saw our bedroom, the hundreds and hundreds of toys.
I have a whole wall of Hello Kitties.
Yep. And the girls, our two daughters, have rooms full of stuffed toys. We don't go to the beach without coming home with a stuffed toy. Oh, it's getting worse. And just in like real life, I tend not to want to leave until I've got it. Even if I spend 4 times the amount that the actual prize is worth.
Someone's saying we're supposed to be further apart than this. We are living together.
Yeah, unfortunately...
I can't get rid of him.
No. Oh, look at this, look at this. See, and this is how much I love you. I have won you a Kyon-chan.
Yay! I'll go with all the Hello Kitties in my bedroom.
Oh, now I've got 2 credits to burn. Yeah. Being a family of 4, living under the same roof, it's kind of hard to social distance. So, if one of us gets it, we're all going to get it. Just like this code we now have. Right, I'm going to try and win a...
Get one of the weird little dinosaurs.
Well, I'm going to try and get 2, obviously. Oh, look at that. Physics.
That's not
Physics
even...
at work. Oh!
It wasn't
I was
even
robbed.
The...
I was robbed. Right, we're going to lay that there. Kiryu's not very happy. Look at him. He is cross. He wanted a lizard dragon. Dinosaur. Alright. Should we play We play a bit of Space Harrier. 100 yen, which I think's a pound equivalent. That's how all Japanese people play arcade machines. That intense. How's the chat going?
Yeah, all good. Someone's friend was warned for kissing his girlfriend in public today.
Seriously? Alright, insert coin. I've only got 21 billion yen. So, we'll make every penny count. There we go. Right, let's rapid fire.
A lot of chat about Resident Evil, which Ian's going to be reviewing next week, apparently.
What, the films? Or Resident Evil 3?
The new game, I believe.
I have asked for it for my birthday on April 9th. Hopefully deliveries will still be going ahead, as I absolutely loved Resident Evil 2. Anyone in the chat remember playing Space Harrier? Even on the Master System?
I think you're just showing your age, babe.
I'm younger than Gary.
Not by much.
I'm the baby of the channel. So
You're telling yourself that.
Concentrate. The more you hit the dragon, the more he changes colour, and eventually he will explode. Ooh. Red, there he goes. Now to Giza. So every Yakuza game from 3 had their own arcade games. This one's set in the 80s, so we got Space Harrier, Outrun, Super Hang-On, or I think it's just Hang-On, and Fantasy Zone.
We got a few people saying they remember Space Harrier.
I mean, I don't even know if I play this. This is how I play it, and I ended up getting the high scores you need to get completion points in the game. I could be playing it just terribly, but it tends to be hold the rapid fire button and move all over the screen so you don't get hit by stuff.
Do you remember Truxton?
Truxton?
Yeah, someone's asking if anyone else remembers that.
Oh, I think that was a Master. Was that a Master System game?
What? I've never heard of it.
Ah, dead by mushrooms. Right, off we go again. Showing absolute skills. Just to say that top score in the top left, that was my score. No doubt when I die and it comes to the high score board, I can prove it. So what's everybody doing during quarantine then? Any series people are watching? Any films people are catching up on? Games they're catching up on?
Get ready.
Oh, robbed. Oh. Can't prove it's me because this system of inputting names is busted. Just trust me, it was me. All those high scores.
Someone's been catching up on the original Resident Evil 2. Is that to see what the hubbub is about?
The original. It was an amazing time in gaming.
And we've got someone watching Tales from the Crypt and rewatching Buffy. Buffy was a long time ago, wasn't it?
That was before I knew you. Your family liked Buffy, didn't they?
Yeah, we watched.
I never watched it.
We've got someone watched The Visit, which was weird, and Jumanji 3, which was just like Jumanji 2.
Yeah, fair enough. We showed the kids Jumanji 1 about 2 weeks ago, didn't we?
Yeah, they were terrified.
Absolutely terrified of it. Like, oh. What were they scared of? They were scared for quite early, weren't they?
When he gets sucked into the game at the beginning, they didn't like him being like pulled apart. And Linda did a group video call last night, played a quiz and watched Fruity Juice.
All at the same time? No, that's skill.
That is a skill. We've got a 2-hour documentary about Sloth from the Goonies.
Really?
Kind of want to watch that.
I am currently watching a documentary called The Tiger King. After I heard lots of people raving about it. And just finished episode 6, and with every episode it gets even more bizarre and insane. These crazy big cat hoarders, basically, in the States, who love their big cats, guns, drugs, multiple partner marriages, and with the usual talk of murder, attempted murder, jail sentences, sabotage. Yeah, all around fun.
We've
Right,
got someone who's only just started playing the Yakuza games about 2 weeks ago.
Ooh.
Finished Kiwami 1 already and already in love with the franchise. Probably going to do Kiwami 2 or 0 next.
I would probably do Kiwami 2. Because Yakuza 0 came first, and then Kiwami 1 was a remake of the first game using the 0 engine. And then came, oh my god, Yakuza 6, which was a brand new engine. And then Yakuza Kiwami 2, which was a remake of 2, then used Yakuza 6's engine. So the problem with these games is, like, I'm currently nearing 90 hours on 0. You can burn out on these games if you play too many in quick succession, especially with putting about 100 hours into each. But if you play Kiwami 2, the game's changed up enough that you'll probably get more enjoyment out of it. Right. Oh, I still got one. This is Fantasy Zone, an old Sega game. Basically, you go left and right, you've got to take down these big flying things. Try not to explode. Didn't even get to the first boss, too busy talking.
A lot of people playing Animal Crossing.
We got that for our eldest, didn't we?
Yeah, she's restarted it like 3 times. Because she likes to restart games.
Oh god. That's no point, isn't it? You're supposed to play it every day and do new things. But we thought, seeing as they're going to be in lockdown, because they're off school now for weeks and weeks, we'd get them something they could put a lot of time into. As a please be good for us, this is stressful for everyone kind of deal. We got her Ryoko Animal Crossing and Harley Quinn Pokemon Shield,
which she completed in under a week.
Yeah.
She's 6. Sad times.
The eldest had Sword, which she completed that multiple times. But she was making Harley Quinn jealous with it, so we said she could get Shield.
I think they cheated though. I think they traded like super big ones.
All the stuttering. Something. Don't know if my Xbox is on the blink.
Ooh, mixed reviews on Animal Crossing. Got a lot of people saying that it's good, and some people saying it's not very good.
I could never. Well, actually, I say I couldn't get into them. I've never actually tried one. But I got you one on the original Wii, didn't I?
Yeah, I enjoyed. It was a long time ago, and my memory's not great. I enjoyed it, but there didn't seem to be a lot to do on it. So once you've done all the sort of tasks, that was it then. But that was a long time ago. They've probably progressed since then. I'm old.
Yeah, it's sort of. You can only cut so many things down or collect so much fruit in your inventory, and then you have to wait till the next day for it to reset or something.
I don't really remember. Linda enjoyed it, I think. Oh, your favourite ever film or TV show? Been asked.
My film is probably Fong Sayuk. Jet Li film from the early 90s. TV series, it's probably because it's still fresh in my mind, but Mr. Robot, which I've watched 2.5 times now. I watched it one time by myself because Timo wasn't interested, and then I loved it so much that I made her watch it all.
It was okay. I didn't think it was the best TV series ever.
Well, what would you think is the best TV series?
I don't really.
CSI?
I'm not getting involved in this.
Oh, still need to see jerks picking on this woman. Let's intervene.
Oh, we've got SimCity was great.
Wait,
I don't know where that's coming from. Sorry, I'm not very good at these comments.
Girl, no. No. So yeah, you get.
We've got someone else asking where Ian is.
There we go. So yeah, this game gets very violent. It's lots of stamping on people's heads. Ask Linda. You don't know. Where's Ian? I got binding, which you put around your lower waist. It increases your defense. So it's sort of like equipment in your JRPGs.
Ian's watching Mad Max 2. She thinks.
Obviously. Well, at least Linda's supporting me, or supporting us. Thank you very much. Alright, so let's have a look at the map. Do karaoke, or shall we enjoy erotic videos?
Karaoke.
What should we do first? Alright. Because every man needs to enjoy erotic videos at some point. There we go. There we go. Okay. ¥1,000 per song. Should I invite a friend? We invited Haruka to dance, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We don't upset our other two girlfriends, so.
I like Ayaka. That's a nice name.
Ryoko wouldn't agree. Oh, there we go. Just call your random 3 girlfriends and invite them to either karaoke, maybe play darts later, maybe some pool. You can invite them to watch erotic videos.
Don't see why not.
Right, shall we sing? Alright, she wants to sing first, obviously. Will be nice. And we're just going to do simple interjections. These games are fun, apart from this is basically your kind of Parappa the Rapper style mini game, but I don't know if it's just the Xbox version, but there seems to be like a slight lag in pressing the buttons, so it's really awkward to get perfect scores.
He says getting perfect score.
Well, I'm just setting myself up for failure or to look really awesome. I hope you're all lively interjecting at home. Eric is going to transport us to a magical karaoke land any minute. There we go. The controls, obviously.
Well done.
Could do better.
Well,
Is the chat singing along?
got a lot of talk about favourite films and Disney Plus. Lots about Disney Plus.
Yeah, my Facebook has been all about Disney Plus this week. But we tend to get their content other ways. Just like Gary watching The Mandalorian, I'm sure.
Yeah, oh, someone's mentioned The Mandalorian as well. Someone said that Nick Cage is bad.
What?
Oh no, sorry. To be the bearer of bad news there.
Bad as in, you know, like Michael Jackson's bad.
Even bad Nick Cage is awesome.
That's right.
I'm very confused by
He was great in the Colour Out of Space. I'm not sure if Gary's still in the chat, but let him know how awesome he did on his quarantine solo film review this week.
people trying to get film reviews into as few words as possible. We've got It, Awesome, 2-word review, and then just Jaws, Enough Said, so it's a 1-word review.
Enough said.
Enough said.
Ian dress up like this all the time.
I wouldn't let you go out and pay.
This is, you don't watch the podcast, but this is what we're actually doing. I'm the guy in the suit and the keyboard there. That's Gary and Ian there. That's Gary. Ian's got the long hair. 91. I don't really know what 91 means. Maybe it's out of 100. But it was better than her. I'll tell you that. Right, so that's us singing, so she gets kicked to the curb.
We've got a What the
Bye-bye.
Hell Am I Watching?
Class. Sheer singing glory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you think that's bad? Guess where we're going next. This is mid-80s, where the game makes you think that not many people had their own VHS player. So you have to go certain places to watch your VHS tapes. Right, this goat guy is... Oh,
Dead.
he is now. I've smashed his glasses. But the goat people have more money, so you get way more money when you beat them as regular thugs or Yakuza walking around town. So if you ever see him, usually stop. But I am currently at 21.3 billion yen. I've pretty much bought everything in the game, so I don't really need to fight anything for money. Alright.
I almost feel a bit embarrassed to be here right now.
Oh,
With
you?
where you're going
For you
next.
reading the comments. Yeah, I was like, what? Alright, so 800 yen, so it's about £8. Go £8 to watch your VHS tapes. Who do we want to watch? Oh, we've got loads now. We got Chikatema, we got Mana, we got Hibiki, Ai, Saki, Haruki, Riku, Ayaka, Marina, Katomi,
Aren't they your
Kokua.
girlfriends?
Some of them are. Riona, Ayu, Nozomi, Luca. Oh, she's locked. Kyoko, Emery, Lori, Reika, Ai, Neo,
Luca looks kind of sweet.
Rina, Yuki, Mikey. We gotta give them all their due. Can't just go picking out first. Shizuka,
I'm just trying to rescue
Riri,
you from trying to say these names.
Nanase, Miho. Oh, we got 2 left to get. Who did you like?
I don't know, she's gone now. That one, Luca.
Alright. Let's watch our Luca video.
Someone's asking what they've just walked into, and honestly, looking at the chat, I don't really know.
We're watching Luca's video.
But yeah,
Don't get too excited, people.
dear.
So yeah, a lot of the female characters are based on real life Japanese models. So that's why they end up in minigames.
We've got an oh my. Oh my.
Oh my, oh my. She's just washing herself. She's been out in the public. Someone got within 2 meters. She needs to clean.
That's what we all look like in the bath.
Yeah. Like just sweaty people. Oh, he's just wiping his brow with a tissue, obviously.
Yep. What am I watching? Someone's just taken a break from porn to come and watch this. So.
Well, much better. Yeah, right. Where should we head next? Around a bit. So yeah, pretty much 80s Tokyo is what people described Times Square in New York around the same sort of era. Sort of porn theatres and just grubby nastiness. Oh, there's a drunk there.
You're going to beat up a drunk now?
Well, I thought you would want to pick a fight. But there's me not adhering to social distancing. I'm just going to rub up on you there. Obviously he's not the guy. No, it's this guy. Oh, that's where they all are. Alright. Time to go to sleep.
I wonder where you keep that thing.
All Yakuza have. special suits that conceal weapons.
You'd think though you'd see it. Someone.
Nope. He hides giant cannons and everything in there. It's not useful, is it?
Maybe it is.
Alright, well, we excited ourselves with a video. Now I'm ready to go out on a date. And this is how you date in the Yakuza world. Ooh, let's go for a short. Now this is the way everybody should answer a telephone. I know this is how I answer the mobile phone when it goes off. I gotta concentrate on the QTE.
You've lost.
もしもし
そうだな。
ドキドキしてきちゃいました。
よしよし。
そうなんですか。
俺としては
Oh, that wasn't the right answer.
どんなスポーツが好き
Alright,
な
with
んで
this
す
you
か。
gotta wind up your telephone, which is awkward sometimes, and then you've gotta
時間は
ask the right reply.
いいお声ですね。
No, we don't play basement.
お
No
上手です
baseball.
ね。
Oh dear. If you take too long, it then highlights to you and tells you what you're supposed to be picking.
野球かな。
行ってみたいんですよね。
そうだな。
Player.
声
Alright.
セクシ
I'm
ー
gonna
ですよ
compliment her voice. I could say she has a manly voice. A lovely noise. A raspy voice. I think we'll stick with lovely voice, which is hiding. Oh, nose.
もう待て
Oh,
ない。
come on.
そんなに激しく
Maybe I should pick the longer course.
どうかしましたか。
There we go.
可愛い声してるな。
Are you watching this with your wife? Very strange.
うまいですね。
This is why she loves me.
I've watched all of these
Don't
games,
let IKO
every
steal
one that
it.
he's played though, and actually they're really good.
え
I mean, you get a
ー、
lot
ス
of
タイルですか。
this sort of thing in it, but I've really enjoyed watching them with him.
体は引き締まってる
Story's
かもしれないです
fantastic.
ね。痛くしないでくださいよ。
Do you think you could summarize the story?
何言ってんだろう。
The amount you've
もう
watched
変なこと
here
聞
and
か
there?
ないでくださいよ。
Not really.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
Ooh, misfire.
もっと知りたいです。
Your best feature, your bath faucet,
時間を忘
young
れちゃう。
baby ferret.
もう
Oh,
嫌。
I am running out of time.
Now I've got someone else who's loving Yakuza.
Charm
Got them
point
all going through 5 right now and
髪
highly
が綺麗
recommends
だねっ
them.
て言われて嬉しか
Says
ったです。
there is some weird pervy stuff in it, but it's more funny than grotty.
私
And Judgment is great too.
Yeah, Judgment was awesome.
いや
It's pretty much, it's in the same city here,
もう少しだけ。
but it's, no. Oh no.
そうなんですか。
She's not impressed by me saying I was 70. Fun to tell now. Oh shoot. Fun to talk to you. That sounds good. Nope.
ちょっと熱くなってきちゃいました。
Yeah, it's instead of well, it has Yakuza in Judgment, but it's more of a
私は楽
detective,
しいです。
private eye,
テレクラで知り合っ
you
た
kind
女
of
の
a
子と
ace,
恋愛
not
し
ace
ますか。
detective, ace attorney. Could you fall for someone you met here? Throw up? I think so. There we go. Got 1 minute 9 seconds to seal the deal.
ドキドキしちゃった。
そうだな。
こういうところも楽しいです
Seem
ね。
nice. No. I like ice.
しそうだな。
I think he means the mic.
Oh, it's a mic
あり
with
がとうござい
a
ます
it's a pop filter.
正解だ。どんな顔をしているんだ。
What's your face like?
顔ですか
顔小さいねって言ってもらえることはあります。
Right, 40 seconds to get another 3 right.
が好きな人多いですよね。あなたは翔太の子どう思いますか？
People say my face is small.
そうだな。
It's a really weird, a really real thing, you know.
いいお声ですね。
That worry.
38 seconds.
癒
Come
さ
on.
れるな。
Make me feel relaxed and happy.
癒しちゃいますよ
Yeah, you.
どこに連れてってくれるんですか
Karaoke, karate, kangaroos, karaoke. There we go. We were just there with my other girlfriend.
It is going quite
行き
slow.
たいですね
そうだな。
そんなに激しく
Let's talk about first kiss.
時間が足り
Or
ない。
not, let's talk about French kiss.
時間が足りない。
There we go.
初キスの相手は
Who was your first kiss with? My
お
dad.
父さんです
Ugh. I don't think I want to go on a date with this girl.
どうだ。今から
We did it.
会わない
Success.
か。
Now, there's always a
え
chance
今から
that
ですか
うん。
the person on the other end of this
私も会
line
いたいです。
isn't who they describe themselves to be.
ドキドキしてきちゃいました。でもすっごい楽しみです。じゃあ、後で会いましょうね。
I got into the Yakuza series from Yakuza 3 on the PS3. I never got the first 2 on the PS2. I played halfway through 4, but I wasn't a fan that you had to play with multiple characters. And although Kiryu is there, let me see what she's saying. My hair's short. Is that enough? Something blue and my hair's short. Blue cone short hair. Kiryu, you can play a section of the game as him, but I just wasn't interested in playing as the other characters. And the same with 5, there's even more characters you play as. Then 0 got me back in on the PS4. And I've played everyone since.
Someone says Yakuza is Shenmue, but good. Yeah.
Yes. Lost all the time nonsense, the awkward, weird dialogue, bad controls. Where is she?
Wearing blue with short hair.
Might be stood up.
Can you not look around?
It's a cutscene.
いや
Sakura, someone who messes with you. Set you up. Ah. All that effort. Sad Kiryu.
You could go home to one of your other girlfriends.
Indeed. Man, that cost me 1,000 yen. So, £10? £10 to be stood up. That's depressing. Alright, let's see what else we got to offer. Go in there and buy fancy items for my girlfriends, like, I don't know why she's following me. Keep your
She
distance.
likes you.
Wait. Coronavirus. Get back. No.
She don't.
Big buy a fancy handbags. Oh no, Mr. Libido.
おい
Someone saying Universal Paperclips is the greatest game ever created. What's that?
I don't know.
ん
Oh dear, Mr. Libido has lost the ability to, well, finish.
何
That's direct.
That's not it. It goes up just fine, but then nothing. That's rough. Mr. Libido in the second city, which I'll go to a little later, just wears a pair of wide fronts, doesn't he? And that's it. He just does dancing. Weird, sexy dancing.
We've got a. Have you played Death Stranding? If so, what did you think?
No, I am not a huge Kojima fan. I just can't stand his bullshit. And a walking simulator just didn't interest me. I just don't have the time to invest in lots of walking around and balancing things on my back.
Yeah.
I know Ian probably wants to play it. He loves Kojima.
Nani?
I don't know where this is going.
Someone's saying you can't compare Yakuza and Shenmue. Different frequencies for different moods.
Yeah. I did kickstart Shenmue 3, but I only played about an hour of it after waiting years and years for it to finally arrive. I still just not been in the mood for that.
Huh?
So I ended up with the task of finding this guy, the girl of his dreams. Does someone like that even exist? He's already been pretty much every adult establishment in town. I have to find a place he hasn't gone. Is the map gonna give me any clues? In the homeless park? That seems a bit weird. I'll help maybe later. You got your Popo store. You can buy your ramen and usual rubbish. We have I can't remember what the store is called. Your Don Quixote, which basically sells everything you can imagine. What have we got on offer? So these is your heat is your blue bar, which lets you do heat moves, and your orange bar is your health. So some of these will heal health, some will increase your blue meter so you can do more heat moves, some will do both.
Got someone who has played Shenmue 3 and said it was okay. It was never going to be the game that should have followed 2 back in the mid 2000s. It's like a direct to DVD sequel, but he liked it.
He's still around. Like, to their credit, they literally made another Shenmue game years and years later. They didn't really change much, apart from, I guess, it played nicer. The graphics are a bit better. Should we get a 7-Up? Carlsberg.
Gold champagne.
Buy pocket tissues. So you can get tissues here. That's good. Table salt. Let's get a 7-Up. I will. Alright. What else are we doing around town after we drink the 7-Up? In Yakuza 6 and Kiwami 2 with a new engine, there's no loading screens in between areas, so you can go straight into the shop, off the streets. Which also means when you're fighting outside, the fight can spill into the shop, you end up smashing up the place, and then they get upset and won't let you come in for a little while or buy anything. So it's always a trade-off. Shall we get some sushi?
Someone's saying that Kiryu should replace Sonic for official mascot, since he is that little thing called consistent good games.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, trying to hand him over a fish, he got all excited, and then I realised I didn't have a fish to hand him.
Oh.
Everybody's sad in this event. This has gone very poorly. Anyway, I'll order some of your fish. What was that about Sonic?
Yeah, he should be replaced with Kiryu. Kiryu? That's his
Kiryu.
name. Kiryu. Because Kiryu has consistent good games.
Yeah, but there's a large amount of the audience that can't play these games because they're not really made for all ages. Some would say Sonic's not for all ages, but I still love Sonic. Did you enjoy the Sonic movie, Tamer?
Oh, the kids loved it.
I said, did you enjoy the movie, Tamer?
It was fine.
It was fine. It was literally the textbook meaning of the word fine. I think Gary agreed. What should we do?
Someone wants you to do some more killing.
Alright. Listen, people. You've also got the shakedown. What's my health like? What's my equipment like? Respect. Alright, we got the big giant guys in town in this game. I've totally gone the wrong way. There he is. This is how you make your money. Like, if I beat this guy, I get 1.6 billion yen. But they can knock you down in about 5 hits. With Kiryu or the Majima character later on, basically a case, you get your weapon out, you do a heat move. Yeah, they're always just people just lead a walk. You missed me. So yeah, if you're lucky enough and they're being rubbish, you can keep smacking him while he's down to get your heat move back up. Or you could just cheat and use that. And cave the skull in. That's how basically I got to 21 billion. Just kept doing that. And the more you fight him, the more money you'll have on him. But if he beats you, he'll take a big chunk of your money, which can be a pain in the butt, especially if you go into a fight unprepared. Health. Get down. There's some great voice acting in these games. Most of the cutscenes and the main story is voiced. It's just the side stories and bits like this is just text. The further the games go on, the more and more things got translated, and audio parts done for them. A lot of famous actors go in for roles. A lot of famous actors get video capture done. So this game has, I can never remember his name, but he was the main guy in the Dead or Alive films. He was the class teacher of Battle Royale 2. Yakuza 6 had the main boy from Battle Royale. He was also like Yagami in the Death Note live action films. And it also had Beat Takeshi in number 6.
Someone says that one of the things they love about this series is seeing Kamurocho change over time, especially since he started with 0, so he's seen it at its height, and by 5 it's quite seedy and run down.
Indeed.
And somebody else mentioned that he wanted violence, but that felt like a bit overkill. But at least he lived.
Well, in a minute we're going to switch over to Majima, the second character, Mad Dog Majima, in Osaka. And one of his 3 styles is default has a baseball bat, so we'll have fun with that. The other one is breakdancing, obviously. Most Yakuza can break dance fine.
It's just weird that it jumps from sort of the violence to these little sort of arcade games instantly.
Yeah, I was trying to think what were the later games. 3 was like just for that game, like a weird shooter. The later ones had Virtua Fighter 5. I think the Kiwami games had Virtua Fighter 1 or 2. But yeah, in Shenmue, that's why I made the comparison. They also had arcade games in them as well. I think they had Hang On. Oh dear. I'm just had my first driving lesson. Oh, it wasn't as bad as this. Oh god. But due to the outbreak, I have to take a break from driving lessons. So, who knows when I'll be able to continue that again. Ah. That's probably the worst I've ever done. Too busy yapping. Look at those scores now. Ugh. That's definitely me. Okay. Lots of loading times. Anything going on?
A lot of talk about beards.
I've only got a little one right now. How's your beard?
I shaved it off this morning. Didn't want anyone to see it on the camera tonight.
Privileged streamers.
I wouldn't have bothered otherwise, can't go anywhere.
See this one holding here? Oh. Little GG. Alright. Okay. So, fast food burger. Alright, let's go do some bowling. Let's pick some fights on the way. Well, he wasn't that tough. Just gonna pick the fight with me. Shame really, because I wanted to jam his head in the door of the car. Let's see if I can't make that happen.
Question: have you seen the films based on these games?
I have seen. We saw one film. I didn't realise there was more than one. We watched it years ago when it first came out, and just basically Q running around the city with Majima chasing him. Jumped away on a beat into a car. Yeah, it was years ago. I was with our friend Emily. When we lived by the train station. So. 16 years ago?
Something like that.
Long time ago.
We've got a new joiner saying hi. Hello.
Rumpled foreskin. Is that foreskin? Hello, welcome to join us. Thank you for spending your evening with us. I guess it's all around the same time. We had someone from Germany, didn't we?
Yeah.
Where else was it?
London.
London. I think they're the same time as us.
Gigi. Question: what movies did you watch that had most on-screen deaths?
No.
We've watched some pretty violent films, to be fair.
Yeah. Like ones with comically large body counts. Right. Time for Riku, I think. Everybody else is out of date. Right. Let's see if she laughs at me. Even if I'm like one pin off a strike, whoever I'm playing usually laughing at me just to upset me. Simple bowling game. Line it up. Do your speed. Set your spin. Look at that. Gigi's come to watch. Who goes bowling in the big book? I'm pretty sure that's the short hair blue girl I got when it successfully. Oh, what?
You only say she cheats because she's winning.
Oh, I should have done that spin. No, it's all good. I'm on fire. I'm gonna get turkey. There's a part in the game, a sub-story, where there's a competition in bowling. You have to bowl a turkey, which is 3 strikes in a row, and you win a turkey. That was terrible. So I did it, and you win a turkey, but it turns out it's a chicken. Real life chicken. And he's most upset. Because you actually wanted a turkey. Wait, why'd she get another go? Oh, so second go.
I think you're winning.
Yeah, I think that first strike of hers was a fluke. Yeah, I'm happy. Ooh, bit of spin. Ah,
Rubbish.
disappointed. See, she laughed at me. Way more points than she does. Hey. She's not laughing now, is she?
お強いですね。
Exactly. That's terrible. Oh, where's the red pin come from?
うまくできました。
Stop laughing at me. 66.
それ。ダメか。
力みすぎだぜ。
And ooh. She lost.
どうした？
So I invited her out, humiliated her. Here I am laughing at her. And now I'll send her home.
And will that earn you another date? Apparently so.
Give you a call, maybe. With the turkey/chicken I did win, he then became a manager for my real estate company.
What, the chicken? Oh. I must have missed that
Business.
bit.
Here he is, he's a manager. He's not very good for my economy right now. But it's all good. I'll go visit the office quick. Oh, look. There we go.
What does that mean?
If you get 3 matching cards, another pervert will give you 5 million yen. Just to show him a collection of 3 cards.
Wow, you can tell this was before the
And I
internet.
think that will also unlock another video.
Oh right, that makes sense.
私金いる。金よこせ。やんのか。
Very quick.
Smash his face into something. And he's dead. He's alright. He's just shaking it off. Where's my business? Here it is. Check out my nice swanky office. And that's all the properties I own, which are just making me tons of money. 57 million for that area, 80 million for that area,
ガンガン稼ぐぜ。
168 million for that area.
ジャリンジャリン稼ぐぜ。
Chicken made me 364 million.
ボロ儲け。ガンガン稼ぐぜ。
And they made me 611
ボ
million.
ロ儲け。ジャリン
And then in about 5 minutes real world time, I'll be able to collect even more money.
We have a question for you: Sonic or Mario?
Sonic. And I grew up with Sega.
You ask our kids though, and they'll say Mario.
Yeah, I brought them up wrong. I grew up with Sega. First Nintendo console I got was N64. So I just didn't have any of the nostalgia for the Mario games. Or any of the Nintendo franchises. Zelda, Kirby, or anything. So, Sonic all the way. I defended the Sega Saturn and the Dreamcast as I watched it fail in front of me. Right, we'll go play a game of darts and pool.
Someone else agrees with you, Sega.
Oh, I haven't gone to. What most people don't realise is that most Yakuza spend a lot of their time racing little toy cars with little children.
I know
Right,
that.
Frank. I mean, what's that woman behind you? It's not even looking the right way.
She's probably just bored of it. She sees too much of it.
She was clapping. And she was drunk as well. She was looking at someone else's fight.
Someone wants to know if you ever watched Mandy and what did you think of it?
Mandy was, well, you weren't
I did
too
not like
fussed by
Mandy.
Mandy. I love Mandy. It was very, very
Arty.
arty. If I make that guy follow me here. Hey, drunk again. No, he's never gonna follow me. Oh, quick. There we go. Can I get to the car? Ah. Ooh, it's got enough. Yeah, it doesn't work for trucks. If I take him down. And then, give me your weapon. I was stuck under a car. I'm just gonna stab him up. Yeah, well. Maybe next time. Yeah, Manny was cool. It was a bit slow to start with. Very sort of LSD trippy. But then when Nick Cage went full Nick Cage in the bathroom. Everybody's picking a fight with me today. I just want
Someone, I'm guessing new to the chat, is asking what the hell is this game?
It is Mario 60. The new Zelda game. This is Yakuza 0. Was originally exclusively. Oh, it's got a gun. Exclusive PS4 game, but it's in the last month been released on Xbox for the first ever time, and it's currently free on Game Pass if you're a Game Pass subscriber. It has been nice to actually finally. Right, come over here. I want to bash your head into a car. Yeah, he's got a knife there as well. Right, come over here. Here we go.
Someone's saying this game got fast.
There we go.
It is quite a violent game.
Now, he's alive, trust me. Right, if I beat him up, get up my thing, then I'll get this knife. And then I stabbed him up. Now we're just transported all the way to the UK for knife crime. No.
Avengers 1, 2, 3 or 4. Which one's your favourite?
1 or 3. I hated 2.
I hate it too as well.
Age of Ultron. It was just a reason to jet set all over the world and just didn't care about anyone.
It was very predictable. But then they are.
Yeah. But they're still fun. I still love the first one. That was great fun, especially in the cinema to watch. For the last one, just the plot holes bugged the crap out of me. That guy's fighter. He's a super into his pocket racing. That is way. So basically you'll buy and find parts. So you got all these different tires. They all have a points value, and each race you're allowed to use so many points. So my collective points is 45, but it needs to reach 40. Well, we got 6 points. Here we go. 40 on the dot. I haven't done this in a while, so I've probably spec'd it out all wrong. It's just going to fly off the course.
頼んだぜ俺のドラゴン
It's time to get overly excited and competitive with a bunch of little school kids. It looks like I've picked the wrong specs for my car. Get my boost on. So I get 2 boosts with my current specs. And now I'm done it.
Another new joiner, Longfall Drummer.
Hi, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Are you in the UK? Does anyone know anyone who has come down with the coronavirus? Or has a confirmed case of it? Oh my god. No. Crushed. Well, that was embarrassing.
なんということだ
Right. Next. There's a big, giant, important story going on right at the minute, but just like in any JRPG, like when the world's about to end, the big bad guy needs defeating. You can just end up spending hours and hours messing around, leveling up, playing mini games.
Edward Hinton says his whole block has symptoms. He's the only healthy one left.
God, do not leave the house.
Lungful Drummer is in Carlisle. He doesn't know anyone who's come down with anything, but he's been in the house since the school shut. That's very wise.
Indeed.
かっ飛ばしてやる
We are key workers, so technically our kids could check me out. Kids could go to school, but luckily Tamer's work. No,
At the moment, it could change, but for the
could
moment-
change, but right now they've got to have 3 weeks off paid. So she is now the teacher.
There you go. Why don't you tell them a little bit about the story that's going on in the background?
I did that story.
I know,
But it's
we've got
very
new
complicated.
joiners.
A World 2 6. This is hard. Oh, there we go. Concentrate. You got one strike left.
Matt Migley wants to know your favourite Avenger from the films.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. I was going to say, hey,
決めてやるぜ
Anna. Thor, I guess, probably. I think he was the most surprising out of all of them. How funny and... Oh. See, it's me thinking about Thor. Made me Thor. Can't win them all. What was your favourite?
mine. I don't really know. I like Thor a lot at the beginning.
Not when he was fat.
Well, no. No, he just seemed very whiny.
Eh,
Yeah.
fair enough. We showed our kids Guardians of the Galaxy last week for the first time.
They were scared of that. too.
Scared of that as well.
Someone did mention earlier that
Is it?
Robin Williams wouldn't show his kids.
Not Jumanji.
Yeah, Jumanji. Because he found it too scary as well.
Spiders were kind of freaky. They were kind of... It's hard to explain what they were. But me and Tame were watching it. Could see that some of the CG hasn't aged too well. Like the monkeys, they were a bit strange looking, weren't they? Their 90s CG faces.
Edward Hinton says he thinks Ronin was a proper good baddie in the Avengers. They shouldn't have killed him off. Don't even remember which one was Ronin.
ねえキリンさんねえキリンさん
Isn't that Hawkeye? Hawkeye became. But he didn't die. Scarlet. Scarlet Johansson. Oh god, that guy's not seen it. Oh. Oh wait!
Oh, he tried to steal a stone from Thanos.
Oh my god.
Oh, I remember him, I think.
Oh, was it? Oh, he was the bad guy in
That's what
Guardians.
he said.
Yeah,
He said baddie.
yeah, in Guardians.
Yeah. Yeah, we literally watched
Two
that
blacks.
2 days ago. Should have remembered him.
Well, hello.
Lungful Drummer says we all know Thor Dark World was the best.
調子どうですか
I remember liking it when we saw it in the cinema. We watched Gravity, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we went straight in and watched that after. Yeah, but like, I don't mind Iron Man 2, and everybody hates that film.
ちょっと寄付してもらおうか
Everybody doesn't like
Is
that.
that the one with the weird bird guy?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Mickey
like that
Rourke.
one. I haven't seen that for ages.
Yeah, it's like it came out and everybody hated it, but then rewatching it, I thought it was alright. People either think Iron Man 3 is the best of them, or absolutely hate it because they
勘弁してくれ
did the
悪かった
culturally insensitive bad guy as a joke, which I thought was pretty well done. Making a terrorist Ben Kingsley is just was it Derek or something stupid he was called. Look at him. That's a choice.
It's an interesting suit. Almost as special as yours.
Should we get another girl out just to play a game of darts with me?
Yeah.
No, I'll invite another one to play pool. The thrill of them almost meeting up to each other.
You've got a. Who was the best villain ever?
What, in the Marvel films or just ever?
I'm guessing ever.
Clarence Bodiger from RoboCop.
That was quick.
Excuse my coughing. He was awesome. Awesome. He just has the best lines. Just didn't give a shit. And he was violent. Do you have a favourite villain? Like Loki or something?
No, not really. I just, Edward Hinton says Hans Gruber.
Yeah, also good.
And Lungful Drummer says Hannibal Lecter. Has to be up there. I remember seeing Hannibal in the cinema with my friends. I hated horror films, but I was peer pressured into it.
I'd say it was a horror film though.
There was
More
blood
of a
though.
psychological
I
thriller.
hated blood. There was blood. There was lots of blood.
Didn't he like?
I actually really enjoyed the film.
Yeah. No. No. I'm not inviting her out again.
Nice tone.
Boudica is special. Who's Boudica?
Vodka.
Boudica.
Or Red from that 70s show.
Oh yeah, I know who he is.
I didn't. What? I didn't inherit my dad's dart skills, obviously.
You're just letting the girl win.
Obviously. Kicked her ass all the way through all the other stuff. No. Nope. Oh, triple one. You can unlock better darts, which stop it shaking around as much, but I haven't worked out how to do it, Kiryu. My Majima has the best darts. She's gonna rub it into my face, isn't she?
Yeah, she's gonna laugh at you.
I don't know. Just usually when you play pool, you're like really rubbing it in like you want. Bye bye.
Who's the greatest villain that actually won?
Villains that won.
I mean, Thanos won. Until they changed it all around and he didn't anymore.
Oh, I didn't invite a friend. No, let's play something random. I guess a villain that. We'll have a beginner. 9 more. Who.
Yakuza.
I don't know. Had good intentions in the end. People making any suggestions in the chat? Give us an idea of what
The
they think.
dude in No Country for Old Men. Someone has said.
Was he really a good guy then?
I don't know. I don't remember that film. I've blocked it out.
He was the guy with like the nail gun going around shooting people, isn't it?
Someone else says John Doe. Who's John Doe?
Oh, isn't he from Seven? Ian's favourite, Kevin Spacey. Oh, crikey.
Yeah. 7. He said.
Yeah, I guess he did win, but then I guess he lost. Well, then he did what he wanted to do, but then he ended up dying in the end. There goes your beginner there.
Someone's just commented, "What's in the box?"
What's in the box then?
Oh yeah, that's from 7. All right, I'm confused. Past my bedtime.
Yeah, it is. Remember, everybody in the UK loses an hour tonight,
Yosh.
just to keep it cheery. I'm making myself look really good at this. But just like in real life, I just smack the balls really hard and see if I actually get it in the hole. Like that.
Don't fuck it up. Patrick Bateman. In American Psycho.
Yeah. Again, did he win? No. His kind of left up in the air at the end. Like, all the bodies have disappeared.
どうした？
Like, is it all in his head, or did someone cover it up? Oh.
You're really bad at it.
Well, no. Nah, he can only do it because he's got a big line pointing it. He's done me in as well.
力みすぎだぜ。
Oh. What if I went like that? Nope. Okay. Ah, look at that. Skills to pay the bills.
Thought that way was
いい
going
調
to
子だ。
No, 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 no.
ふん。
Lungful drummer, I was late to the stream. Have you guys hijacked it for the night?
Yeah, letting the boys have a night off. Gary's got lots of editing to do, no doubt. God! Ian, Linda said he was watching Mad Max 2.
She thinks.
But yeah, seeing as we're all stuck inside, I thought we try my hand at streaming for the first time. Hoping it's going
負
alright.
けられねえな。
Oh, she's kicking my ass again now. No!
やるじゃねえか。 負けてられねえな。
I've been hustled. Oh, there we go. Thought I was hustled. Little jerks.
Technically says it's going
Toast.
well. Yay.
This game or the stream?
The stream, I hope.
It's like making fun of me. Oh, no, no, no!
Yeah, you failed.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh, I guess that's set out. If he misses this, he's an idiot. I guess he makes fun of me. Yeah, he doesn't even get to show up. What a loser. He's the real loser. No. Right, I think that's our time in Kamurocho. I'm going to switch over to Osaka. With the one-eyed mad dog Majima. Where we're gonna look around town and then go on a rescue mission.
Edward says you should have attacked him with the pool cue.
There's no option, but it was on my mind. I've been playing this game for 90 hours. Right, this is Majima. Goro Majima. Now, he runs this big giant cabaret club called The Grand. Very swish. And in a sub-story you also run a little hostess club, which I will get to in a minute. This is based on a real city in Osaka. I think this place is called Sontenboro. But you can actually visit this place. Check. Creepy little clown man there. Oh, hello. Should we break down? Oh, punch in the face. Right, let's make someone eat my baseball bat. you nunchuck a baseball bat.
Does anyone think that Disney will ever buy DC one day?
I hope not. Because although there are other comic companies out there with Image Comics, IDW, Dark Horse, there still really is only two big players, and it would suck if they had the monopoly on the place. There's a big crab over here. I'm stuck.
Dave, do you watch wrestling?
I stopped after WrestleMania last year. I just kind of, life was too busy and I just kind of got fed up with it. I am a total hater of everything Roman Reigns, and see, he will totally destroy you in a matter of but it seems WWE really wants to push Roman Reigns, so instead of just getting angry and annoyed at what they were doing, I just stopped watching it.
Says he wish he did.
I took a glimpse at that SmackDown they did without a live audience because of the coronavirus. They basically did a show in an empty building.
Yeah, a lot of sporting things.
Yeah, but it's like they're coming out like there's a crowd there, like they're showboating to no one. It's just really rude. And like WrestleMania, the big event I've had every year, it's like it's not going to be able to go ahead the way they want it to.
Local drummer says the WWE network is free at the moment. He's been going back and watching some Attitude Era.
The best era.
Yeah.
It's like the late 90s. I watched, on YouTube, on the Vice channel, I watched Dark Side of the Ring. I watched the episode about the Montreal screw job with Bret Hart. That was really interesting. Although I watched the original documentary they were filming at the time of the incident already. But I couldn't find a good place to watch the Chris Benoit episode. Do you know who Chris Benoit is? He's a wrestler who was really like famous wrestler and like, really good at what he did, but then he like murdered his wife and child and hung himself.
Oh God.
And then the WWE tried to basically erase him from ever existing. They wouldn't talk about him, like they wouldn't show any clips of him. Very strange.
Apparently AEW is worth checking out. But Matt says not sure about it because he doesn't like Cody. I don't know who Cody is.
Cody Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes. Yeah, a lot of sort of people have gone over there, but I don't know. I want to like the WWE, but they make it really hard. I just don't think I'm ready to do anything else. Right, let's do some fishing.
You're going to show us the hostess club in a minute.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna do a bit of the story, and then I'll let you get to bed. Ooh, look, fish going.
It's alright, we're only an hour or so past my bedtime.
You just gotta wait for the red thing to go into the water. There we go. And then you've got mash buttons. And then hope you don't get something stupid like a bag.
There you go, fishing.
A sweet fish. Let's get that little blob there. Well, that's disappointing. Just swam on by. Here we go. Tense. Ooh, here we go.
Oh no, crayfish.
Super big sized crayfish. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was thinking it was a lobster.
Stop fishing. Well, that's dinner sorted. See, if I went to that sushi place now, I'd have a fish to give him.
Does your inventory automatically sort of go between your two
No,
characters?
they have their own thing. You can store stuff in a phone box. Obviously, that's where you store stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or with this guy who has the first mobile telephone in a bag.
Mm.
You gotta go to a phone booth to save. Oh, he doesn't let me change my stuff. I need to save. He has a sub story where he's very excited to show you his telephone bag, but every time you go to use it, it doesn't work.
Right.
Either the battery runs out or some other problems. And then when it finally gets to working after you've helped him fix it, you realise you didn't have anyone to call anyway.
Shame.
Alright, here's my hostesses. They're all busy, she's dancing to no one.
Maybe she just likes to dance.
Yes, I want to run. Alright. Let's see who we got. Right, my crew is all pretty happy. So your hostess list, you got your platinums you get through the story. Your golds you get through sub-stories. Every time you do a sub-story and you complete that, they'll end up outside the club and you can recruit them. I mean...
She's interesting.
Yes. Silvers you get by completing things. When you complete something you get a point, and then you collect up the points, you can trade them in.
People.
Yeah. People trafficking. But look, they're happy.
They're fine, yeah. Yeah, she's waving. She's alright.
She's level.
Not being held against her will.
Alright, let's open for business. Let's make some moolah. Here we go.
いらっしゃいませ。
Any men hostesses or hosts?
Not in these mini games, but there are in the story.
ようこそご意見
Especially a lot of the games, you have a lot of friends who run hostess bars, male hostess
よう
bars.
こそどうぞ。
盛り上がりましょうか。
There's a lot of sort of macho, bro, sort of homoerotic stuff in this game, but there's nothing full on with the option. Oh,
ゲストクラス
the option as to sort of take that path. It's all very they're horny for Japanese girls,
こちら
but they're gonna rip off their tops and show their tats
失礼いたしました
beat each other up and wrestle whenever they have the chance.
ありがとうございます。
Yeah.
盛り上がりましょう。
Yeah, you want to match them up with someone they want, whether they want a certain person or they want someone with skill. I have picked poorly, so
ようこそ参加
he's not very happy. That is refill
はい
ice.
公開です
They'll give you hand gestures, and you gotta help them out, give them what they want. And that makes them even more happy and spend more money. We'll send her a really old woman with an awesome jumper.
嬉しい。
This mega rich man is into that. That's a ladies' class.
レディースクラス
Obviously, smaller means lady.
Edward said he's all for the male hostesses. They need a voice.
Alright, he's finished.
ご延長はいかが延長で頼む
Let's
ご延
stay
長あ
on.
りがとうございます
You got a bar on the bottom right, and you
いい
can
バスで
have Sunshine Fever, where everybody just starts throwing money around.
ありがとうございます
If you got someone who's not very happy, it can boost them to make them happy, spend more money.
ありがとうございます
おおきにね
いらっしゃいごゆっくりご延長はいかがでしょうありがとうございます
He ended up happy in the end. Not super happy.
ありがとうございます嬉しいですサンシャインよ
Get you out there.
嬉しいね
That is the
はい
Australian.
どうぞ
ありがとね
いいバスで
楽しみましょう
Saki up there. See if he wants Saki. She was available, so I can send her out. He's happy.
ありがとうございます
Gracious send off.
おおきにね
ようこそ
お願いします嬉しい
Oh, I can praise that girl.
なおおきに
You can dress up all your platinum hostess.
よろしくお願いします
That's why my Yuki there looks really stupid.
お願いしますいらっしゃいませ
ありがとうございました
Yeah, it's just basically a management game. Where you've got to sort of keep an eye on what's going on.
ありがとうねおおきにねお願いしますお待ちしております
Keep everybody happy and make lots of money. That is a good.
ゲストグラス
さすが真面目さんですね
No, he doesn't want any extra time with her. He's had his fill of wood, Granny.
ありがとうございます
どうぞいいバスで
ありがとうございますお願いします
ご延長はいありがとうござい
Oh, he wanted her. Yeah, that's fair. I gave him her. He didn't want to carry on.
ようこそ
ますいらっしゃい
嬉しい
Matt wants to know if we'll see more streams from you.
It depends how I've done tonight. uh,
ゲストグラス
ありがとう
I tried not to put too much sexy content on this. I don't mean between me and my wife. I mean who you watching weird Japanese girls in bathtubs.
ありがとうございます
Yeah, see how it goes.
どうぞ
ありがとうございます
We've got comments saying too much gaming is bad for you.
ようこそサンシャインです
Not in times like this. Anything that's keep my sanity.
ありがとうございます
But yeah, I hope you look to stream more. I don't think Gary or Ian have a PlayStation, so I didn't look what she asked for. Oh,
レディースグラス
that was a lucky guess. But Monday is Persona 5 Royale coming out, which I am looking forward to play, and Final Fantasy 7 Remake comes out the day after my birthday. But I think I'm the only one with a PlayStation 4.
お願いします
I won't mind
ご
streaming
延
that,
長はいか
so
が
we'll
でしょ
just have to
うあ
see.
りがとうございます
No one's happy.
ありがとうございます
いいバスで
Well, he's super happy now. He was only pleased. Oh, there we go.
いらっしゃいませ
ありがとうございました
ありがとうございます
Local Drummer says they're missing out on a lot of great games from being Xbox.
I'm an Xbox
ご延長
guy,
はいかがでしょう
but I also get every console.
Yeah, she did.
But yeah, there are some, like, I love JRPGs, and although Xbox 360 probably had some of the best in the last generation, it was a wasteland for them this generation, so without my PS4 I wouldn't have been able to play all the latest Tales games,
ありがとうございました
Berseria, Zesteria,
ありがとうございます
ご延長は
Star Ocean,
ありがとうございます。
Persona. So
嬉しい。
I could say the Yakuza games, but they're now coming to new
こちらに
Xbox now. So
Matt says he'd love to see some Final Fantasy streams.
no, I don't know why, but the Xbox is just turned off.
Oh dear.
One moment. Did you do that, Gigi? 2 seconds. I think our cat got overly excited. Obviously, that was too intensive, hostesses.
ありがとうございます。
Weird. I'm straight back. It was too hot for YouTube, obviously.
Someone's asking if it's midnight here.
Refill.
こちらに
No,
Um,
it's 11 o'clock.
Nearly midnight.
This time tomorrow it'll be midnight though. This is the
ありがとうございます。
Yeah. We succeeded! 17 guests. We made 107 million in food and drink. Staff cost 2 million. So obviously I'm gonna keep 104 million of the profits.
ありがとうございました。
Alright, let's make one of my hostesses look rather ridiculous. Excuse the cat on the camera. Gigi. That's Gigi, named after Gigi from Kiki's
delivery service.
service. Took us ages to come up with a name, didn't it?
Yeah.
Tamar wanted Joker because our girl cat's called Tenchi and our daughter's called Ryoko, so it's Tenchi and Ryoko. And because we've got Harley Quinn, we were thinking about a Joker for Harley Quinn, but then nobody really wanted it, did they? What were the other names?
I
we
wanted Badger.
Gotcha.
I like Badger because he liked mashed potato. He tried to eat mashed potato when he was a kitten.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Ooh, shoulder pass. Oh, gotta buy it.
Edward Hinton says, what about some retro streaming as the games are shorter? You could complete a game in one stream.
Yeah, well, again. Let's see how I do on this one. I mean... Oh god.
Uncle Drummer says one of their kids is called Harley Quinn, thanks to Kevin Smith.
I mean, she's beautiful. Absolutely. Should we make her look alien?
Can you change the hair? That's very bright.
She is gorgeous.
She is yellow.
Lips are available. Obviously she's done. Are you sure? Well, let's accessorize her up.
I feel like you're trying to tank your business.
Oh. Mwah. Look at that. There we go. I mean, those earrings are pretty good. Some ghastly evolve. I mean, to dress her looks up stupid, it's going to cost me 40 million. Yes, let's do it. Some rainbow nails.
She is beautiful. I like that big ring.
Oh, that's 30 million. She has cost me a fortune, this lady. I mean,
Yes.
we could have a nice watch, or we could have the karaoke bird.
Why not?
with the mask. Lovely. Perfume, nah, she can stick. And there we go. She is going to be the talk of the town. Everybody's going to want her. I'm sorry. Alright.
Sorry.
Right. I am supposed to be off to rescue someone, and he again is wasting hours and hours while someone's in jeopardy. Now in Majima he can also go see sexy time videos in his little cubicle. Some sub-stories you end up watching videos with other men together.
Nice.
Where do we go? There's also a barge that goes down the river, which stops in the middle, opens up below, and has a massive underground fighting ring. Run, 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 run. Hang up time. Hey.
それじゃあ椿園に行くぞ。連中も警戒してるはずだ。半端な覚悟じゃ帰り。
大丈夫や。
は
Alright, quick toilet break as this story plays out. Enjoy the cutscene. Alright. How's the chat?
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have small tusks sticking out from our cheeks?
Yeah, I can barely imagine being that hostess. Glammed up. Over cheeks. But you wouldn't know. They're like
Maybe it means like from behind your cheeks.
弁天屋。
yeah, it's supposed to just like come out from their mouths. They're just big teeth.
西谷の
It'd be really annoying.
そういうこと
It would be annoying. You get like
You get caught on everything. You when you sleep, you like wake up, your pillow's like.
and you dribble as well, and like you go out in the cold and you get all like raw around your mouth. I think I've thought way too much into that. And
You won't be getting off with a lot of girls.
you get caught if you got off
Yeah,
with
you
each
sort of
other,
wrestle.
like you get caught in like each other's tusks. It'd be like braces all over again.
真島ちゃんは右二手に分かれて女探す
Foster's or Stella?
佐川藩一人で大丈夫か。
We don't drink anymore. It's
心配
been
すんなよ
5 years
見つけ
now.
たら容赦な
I
く殺
stopped
すだけ
drinking
の
on my 30th birthday.
日教連だろうが
But we would drink more Fosters because it was usually cheaper wherever we went.
Stella wasn't all it
せい
was
ぜい
cracked up
玉
to
切れにならん
be. For
よ
the price.
It was
fine.
It was
but-
fine, but like it was always known as like a wife beater drink, wasn't it?
And it was more like when we used to drink. You
真島五
could
郎
go
さん
and
ですね
like go somewhere where it was
せ
pound
や
a
ったら
pint.
なんやねん
Happy
セラの
hour.
親
You'd
父
never
は
get Stella on
あな
pound
た
a
を
pint.
殺
Yeah,
さ
it's
れ
like-
る
Always
こと
go
を
for the
収め
cheap
たいと
stuff.
思
Was
っ
it
て
Carlin?
登場街道
Foster
でかけられてるうちにこの件から身を引いてください
Well, it used to be like
隠してこそこそうろつくよ
near the end when we used to go out quite a lot. Like, wasn't it like £2 a pint was like
聞く
something
耳
we
を
were
持って
supposed
く
to
ださ
go.
い
Yeah.
There was always that tea.
これ以上奥に
Couldn't
進もう
gamble
と
the
すれ
tea.
ば生きて返すことはできません
Tuborgo? No.
No, Tuborg.
Tuborg, yeah.
そりゃよっぽど大事なもん奥に隠しとるんやな。
Yeah, we used to go out a lot. It was a case of what was cheap and what we
ど
could
うして
get
も引
loaded
く気
on.
はないってことでいいんですね。
当たり
I
前やろ
always liked lager, but
くどくど言っ
drink
とらんで
whatever. That's fine.
誠返すか俺に
Literally
Oh
殴られ
yeah,
る
no,
か
I was
決めん
just
かい
drinking wine.
どちらもお断りします。
Yeah,
手加減は
beer
無
just
用だ。
ends up
日
making
教
me go
連
to
の
toilet
恐ろ
every
しさを
2 minutes, which is
身をもっ
annoying
て
when
知
you're
ら
out.
せてやれ。
Alright, I'm gonna try and make someone eat my baseball bat.
Shandy goes down quite well. When we used to go out, it was a case if you didn't put you down the beer with anything. It was more a case of drinking for the sake of the alcohol than anything else. Edward often wonders how we would have turned out with a singular horn like the unicorn on our forehead. I could probably rather that than the tusks.
Here we go. Eat my baseball bat. I'm sure he's
I like the way this one moves.
Oh, upside your head. Yeah, in most areas there's usually tons of stuff you can grab onto. Yeah. Beat the shit out of people. I'm gonna hit you with a surfer.
So is this part of the main story?
Yeah, this is the main story. Basically, in Majima's story, you're... Because you and your friend made a mistake early on in your Yakuza careers, you ended up getting like tortured for like a year. And then you're stuck in this city, you're not allowed to leave. But to get back in the good books of our Yakuza clan or family, you're set out to kill someone. You know, be the first person you ever killed. And then you find out it's a blind girl. Who's just really innocent. So you end up trying to save her. Whilst looking to the main family that you are trying to kill her, that you just haven't found it yet.
Right. So you're not all bad, really?
No, it's the same with the like two main characters. Although Majima's really cool and he's a really good guy. But right at the end of this game, he just goes crazy. Like, he's really funny and crazy, and he's always been known as sort of the mad dog. But in this game, he's like just a normal guy. Alright.
We have a, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad you'll make it score it.
I don't know, it depends what the script is, really. Like, if they have a really good idea to go back to it, it might be good. But so many returns to a franchise recently have been so lackluster and just forgettable. Like, I would say, like, Keanu Reeves would only do something good, like, if there was a good script or anything, but I mean, he looks like he'll go back to any franchise. Good or bad. Oh, look at these men.
seems
Look at these
nice
studs.
person. Lumful Drummer says good night.
With that image. Amazing.
Good night.
Good night. Thanks for watching. Bling.
Man woman. You're beating up a woman.
A man woman. They have beards. Not that a woman can have it. You have a nappy on.
Fair enough.
Just smash up the face. You're right. Oh. I don't know what happened there.
Edward says, don't we get an extra hour up tonight? No, it's the other way around.
Yeah, taken away.
We're losing an hour.
Just gonna flat out murder that man. Forward. Can I pick up the TV? Get here. I want to do something. Bring the TV.
Edward wants to know which the best horror film is.
What's the best horror film?
Yeah, which is the best one.
I grew up watching Friday the 13th, so I thought Friday the 13th. I still love.
Grew up watching them. Aren't they adult films?
Yeah. My friend Damien, I met when I was 12. Introduced me to them all. We used to watch them like one every weekend. I was way too young, but I still love parts 2 and 3 the most. I watched part 1 last, like years and years later for some reason. Has anyone else put in any suggestions of their favourite?
No. Is anyone?
Evil Dead's good as well. I wasn't too keen on the remake, but the TV series was great.
How about you, Edward? What do you think?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no, woman.
Oh, we've got a new joiner. Nerds Raw TV. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the stream.
Edward says Hellraiser. Up to number 3.
Yeah. I didn't mind number 3. I quite like number 3. I had that on VHS. I never watched any of them after that. So I consider myself lucky. Especially hearing what Gary and Ian say about the later ones. Uh-oh.
He also says Hostel, Evil Dead, and the Dead series.
You didn't like those ones, did you? You're not into the whole gore form.
I watched the first.
You didn't like the Achilles heel.
No, not back then, but I don't think I'd hate it. I'm not really.
You'd imagine it was me here.
Yeah. No, I think just have this real big hatred of blood dogs. Faded a bit. Still don't want to see it stabbed in front of me, but
That's good to know.
just put that out.
Good job they got vending machines in these weird old Japanese death buildings.
Edward didn't like the Human Centipede trilogy.
I loved the second one. I watched the first one and I was so disappointed after all the moaning and the disgust. It was so tame. It was so disappointing. It didn't show anything. It was just all mostly suggestive. But then number two, they went over the top in the opposite direction. It was awesome. Although I didn't need to see a weird man masturbate with sandpaper. It was a bit weird.
Sounds fascinating.
And then I never watched the third one. Right, let's get in a serious Yakuza story. So melodramatic, but it's awesome. But I'm going to call the stream there, because in case someone wants to play it, I don't want to spoil too much of the story. Because this is major spoiler territory. And you can't skip it. But I want to thank you all for joining us this evening. I hope this wasn't too bad and the quality was good, and apart from Gigi turning the Xbox off, it was all good. But yeah, everybody check out Gary's reviews on Thursday. He's doing it solo, so give him some love. He was a bit nervous about it, I think, but the first one came out really well. I think Ian will still be playing Doom Eternal on and off, so tune in for that whenever he's live. There's always Gaming Fridays. Tune in for that every Friday morning. I'm not sure if they'll still be going on during this crisis. I
No
don't
one
know.
knows.
But yeah, thanks for watching, and everybody stay safe. Keep 2 meters apart from anyone not in your household. Take 1 exercise a day.
And don't lick anyone's face.
Don't lick anyone's face. And wash your nuts. Always wash your nuts. But seriously, no, everybody stay safe. It's a crazy time out there, but
We'll get through it.
indeed. So, good night, and remember you all lose an hour. Bummer. Alright, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night.